Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry. I hope you're safe and well. Today, I'm delighted to join by my good friend, Zaks Yusuf, who is the Manager of Global Technology Applications at SP Scientific. And today, the reason we're having a chat is because Zak published a white paper recently entitled, and I have to read this because it's a long title, as all white papers always are in life science, Utilization of Technologies and Process Analytical Tools to Overcome Lyophilization Challenges during Development, Scale Up and Manufacturing of Biological Products. Now, it is a long title, and I will put the link to that white paper within the video as well. But actually, when I posted that on LinkedIn, it had a couple of thousand people view it straight away and a lot of reshares. So I thought, as so many people are interested, I'd get hold of the author himself and find out why he wrote it and to maybe talk a bit more about the white paper and what it meant. So first of all, Zak, Assalamu alaikum. How are you, my friend?
Alaikum salam. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today, and I'm more than happy to share some of the thoughts that we have on writing the paper.
Fantastic. It was lovely to see you, Zak. But before we start talking about the white paper and its contents and why you wrote it and also what it means, would you mind sharing with viewers a quick overview of your own background and also about SP Scientific as well?
Yes, Rizwan, I have been in the industry for over 22 years, and about 16 of those years has been in pharmaceutical manufacturing. So that can current date me to many years ago. And then during my manufacturing, sector, what I did is in process validation. So we test all the equipment, we validate processes. Anything and everything that touches the medicine is going to be tested. So that is my background in terms of process manufacturing and process validation.
Right. Okay.
And then I joined SP about 6 years ago in the capacity product development of process, improvement of the product. And has been very successful in terms of developing new products and adopting some of these technologies into the products as well.
Fantastic. And for those who are not familiar with SP Scientific, can you give us a quick overview of the company as well?
Yes, SP is a leading global provider of biopharma process equipment, such as the full fill finish line. Anything that goes into manufacturing of pharmaceutical is something that we have been involved with, especially from vial washing, vial handling, to all the lyophilization and lyophilization technology as well, and anything and everything that touches equipment. So we now have been acquired by a company called ATS, Automation Tooling Solution. Now we have a bigger presence in the industry in terms of the technology that we can provide, the automation that we can provide into some of the equipment, as well as the people and the skill sets that we have. We also provide lab scale life science equipment, as well as labware, glassware. I think this is one of our niche, specialty glass and healthcare aids for challenge individuals to get with their routine on a daily basis. Our products support research and production across diverse users and market, pharma, biotech, life sciences, food and beverage, academia, regulatory agencies. You know that they are using some of the technologies and some of the equipment, aeronautics, semiconductor, and healthcare as well.
Right, brilliant. Well, thank you for that overview. So let's talk about the white paper. First of all, why did you write it?
So the motivation is behind to promote the adoption of some of these critical technologies that we have. I mean, the lyophilization science has been going on for many, many years, but in the last maybe 15 to 20 years, there's a lot more work has been done, a lot more research has been published in terms of improving the process, expanding the knowledge of the processes and how we can incorporate the process, the knowledge into the day-to-day manufacturing, also in instrumentation, to provide us with a a more robust process understanding as well as product understanding.
Right. For those people, sorry, you're going to say something, so add that.
So one of the things that is like the manufacturer, one of the things that you want to do is getting to get product to the market faster. You can imagine, just similar to what we've seen with COVID manufacturing, how fast we can do that in terms of getting the conceptual product, the development product from clinical trial into the different phases of clinical trial as well as the manufacturing. How fast we can move this product development using some of the knowledge based on the formulation development, the process improvements that we have available out there. And then we'll be able to use that to expedite some of these processes, some of this product into the market.
Right. Okay. So for those people who haven't read the white paper yet, can you sum it up in a sort of a few sentences as to what sort of the main headlines are of that white paper?
So we talk about how the biologics manufacturing has been one of the most emerging technology or the most emerging products in the market. So a lot of companies, I mean, these products are very difficult to make, to manufacture,
sure,
and is very, very expensive to manufacture. So anything that we have to minimize the risk of this manufacturing process, we should incorporate that into that. From that perspective, that's the business perspective of it. From regulatory compliant perspective is the quality of the product. How do we maintain, how do we know that the product that we receive or we manufacture from day in, day out is the same quality as specified by the specification by the manufacturer? So we want to make sure we put the customers, the patients, safety first. That's the key part of that. And how do we do that? By adopting some of these technologies, some of these process analytical technologies that we have available in the market to hopefully, enable us to understand the process, to enable us to monitor the process and to be able to monitor and control the process as well.
Right. So you mentioned in the article line of sight. So what is line of sight all about?
The line of sight is the technology and the software and the equipment design that we have built into our equipment to ensure that we be able to use that from every aspect of the manufacturing. And from the cycle development, from the small scale, when you try to develop the robust formulation, when you want to develop the robust processes for your product. And then we be able to use the same technology that we have from the R&D scale into the pilot scale, and the same technology, the same in manufacturing equipment that we'll be able to use that, and then scale it up to commercial manufacturing as well.
Right. Okay. Now you mentioned PAT tools and technology within the paper, and you mentioned it obviously just a second ago. So what were the PA tools and technologies that you mentioned, and how can they help from as you mentioned, a business and quality perspective?
So from freeze-drying perspective, we have four principal technologies that we have adopted into our equipment. One of them is the Lyophilization tunable diode laser absorption spectroscopy, which can be used to monitor the vapor mass flow from the product chamber into the condenser. There's a connecting vapor port that's connecting between the product chamber and the condenser. We install the sensor in that area. So what we could see is that you can see that this is very non-invasive. It's not going into the product. It's just monitor the vapor flow, the solvent that's coming out from the sublimation process that's going through the duct, and then before it's being collected, it's being condensed back in the condenser part. That is one of the technology. The second technology, the smart MTM. This is a software that we have embedded into our software, which is the primary drying optimization. So in the lyophilization process, we have four major processes. You freeze your product, you get the system ready, you do the evacuation, and then we'll come to the primary drying process where the majority of the solvent that's being used in the product is being removed at that point through sublimation process. And then the secondary drying, the desorption of the unfrozen water from the product, and to make sure that we have the level of dryness of the product to ensure the long-term stability. And then this technology has been research and as part of collaboration between the University of Connecticut and Purdue University. So they came out with this technology probably early in 2000 time period. And this is one of the oldest PAT tools that we have for lyophilization. So what happened is we use this as part technology. The reason why it's a PAT tool is be able to do the measurement as well as making the adjustment to ensure that your product is of the quality that you wanted.
Right. Okay. And in terms of the benefits from a business and quality perspective?
So from a business perspective, obviously, you want to be able to have the data to show your process is under control. Data is a big thing. The FDA mantra or any regulatory mantra, if you don't have the evidence that you have done it, it does not mean that you have completed it. So that is a big thing. So in the event of a process excursion, for instance, you will see that how do I justify that the product is of the same quality? Make sure that the product quality attributes such as the product temperatures is not being exceeded. Make sure that the product is still of the same quality that you perpetrated in your specification. So I think from business perspective, minimize that deviation from occurring. So having the data to justify the deviation is of importance. You can see that a lot of whenever deviations occurred, it will put the product on hold for extended period of time instead of being released. So in the event that you don't have any data, the likelihood that this product is going to be rejected is very high. Sure. So it's going to impact the bottom line of the business.
Right. From a quality perspective?
Data is again one of the components, and then the regulatory agencies are more concerned about adoption of process analytical technology tools and processes. They also have the mantra: if you have the technology, why not use it? So that is the more, I guess, the more difficult question to answer, just because the mentality has been in the past is, this is how we have been doing it. It's not going to fly any longer because regulatory agencies all across the world is looking for, show me the rationalization of the data that you have. Show me the process is under control. Control is about what is important to the agencies. Just because if you lose control, there is likelihood that you don't have understanding of the quality of your product. So that is putting the patient at risk at this point.
Sure. Now, looking ahead, I mean, what do you see the future for lyophilization?
The product, I mean, I would say it's still going to remain, I think, increase in nature. For instance, as an example, COVID vaccine. The technology that they use, the mRNA technology that they use, it's only stable for lyophilized products. So what they're doing in conjunction with the method that they have is develop a product that's more stable over a period of time. For instance, the stability of the product, typically we're looking for 12 to 24 months stability to ensure that we'll be able to transport this all over the world, and we'll be able to use it on demand pretty much, as long as the product is still within the stability time period, right? So the product, I mean, a lot of the biologics also, these products are not very stable in liquid, and a lot of aggregation, protein, could happen in liquid. So one of the reasons is to make sure that this product can be lyophilized. So as more and more molecule are discovered and protein, products as well, they need to think about the strategy. How do I keep this product stable? I think lyophilization has been and will be in the process for a long time.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for that. So if people want to get more information, obviously, as I said earlier, we'll put the link to the white paper itself within the post. But where else can I get more information about lyophilization and about SP Scientific?
So we have a lot of this information on the line of sight at SP line of sight, sp-lineofsight.com. They can also have information on spscientific.com. Also, I mean, they are more than welcome to contact me via email, and I'm more than happy to direct them to some of the resources that we have, either through webinar tech notes that we have, a white paper that we have, any collaboration with the industry that we have. I'm more than willing to share with them all this information to help them improve their processes as well as adopt this technology going forward.
Fantastic. Well, Zach, thank you very much for taking time out to talk to me. It's been really interesting. And there you go, viewers. If you'd like to know more about the topics that Zach was talking about today and actually see the white paper we are actually discussing, then have a look at the links above the video. You'll be able to go straight through to the white paper, the links there, as well as the line of sight page, the SP Scientific page. And as Zach said, you can email him directly, or he's on LinkedIn, so you can message him on LinkedIn, or you can leave comments below the video. So there's lots of ways to get more information. And I'm sure SP will be at lots of shows in the near future all over the globe. So you'll be able to talk to their experts at shows as well. So Zach, genuinely, it's been lovely to see you, my friend. Inshallah, we will get to meet each other face to face in the not too distant future this year.
Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
All right. Well, Zach, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, and look after yourself.
Welcome.
And thank you, viewers. I hope you found that useful. Until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.